Okay? So yung subject natin is calculus with analytic geometry. Siyempre, dahil calculus with geometry yan, hindi naman tayo pwedeng dumiretso ng calculus. Sisimulan ko muna sa analytic geometry, sa ating tinatawag na mga preliminary concepts. Hindi naman mahirap yung analytic geometry. For as long as may calculator ka, kayang-kaya ninyo yan. Hindi kayo mahihirapan. I tell you the truth. Okay, ang subject nyo sa akin, calculus with analytic geometry, official time, 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock every Friday of the week. So, calculus with analytic geometry yan, 3 units ang subject ninyo. And I think meron tayong 18 hanggang 19 na chapter na tatapusin sa ating calculus with analytic geometry. So, ito yung chapter 1 natin ngayon. Chapter 1 is all about the preliminary concepts of analytic geometry. Tatalakayin lang natin dito yung slope, distance between 2 points, and the midpoint formula, and then yung mga concept behind the slope, and also the distance between 2 points. So for our objective sa ating lesson, at the end of the chapter, the students would be able to pakibasa yung una, Ina.
At the end of the chapter, the students should be able to compute for the distance between 2 points.
Okay. So kayang-kaya na ninyo mamaya yan. Pangalawa, Nina.
Find the slope of a line from the graph using rise over run.
Okay. So rise over run kasi ang definition ng slope. Sa calculus, yan ang dy over dx or the first derivative. Ina-advance ko lang kayo. Ang symbol na ginagamit sa slope is letter M. M is also equal to tangent of any angle. Slope din yon. Another value for the slope, which is tangent theta or M, is also the first derivative in calculus, dy over dx or dy all over dx. Anyway, matututunan naman ninyo yan mamaya. Pangatlo, pakibasa mo nga, Miss Orlando.
Determine slope of a line using the slope.
Using the slope formula. Yes, we have a slope formula maliban sa tangent theta at saka sa dy over dx. Ang value ng slope, which is equal to m, is also y sub 2 minus y sub 1 over x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Ginagamit natin yung mga coordinates ng ating straight line sa graph. Anyway, mamaya mas maliliwanagan kayo. Ngayon, kinikwento ko lang. And then we have next, pakibasa mo nga, Jocelyn Pascual. Jocelyn? Di yata ako narinig ni Jocelyn, okay? Nery Arthur Gonzaga, pakibasa mo nga, anak.
Solve for the midpoint of 2 points.
So these are the objectives that we have to meet this session. Kailangan lahat ng mga yan may encounter natin. Pa-satisfy dapat yung mga expectations natin this session. And masasatisfy lang kung may cooperation, okay? So let us start first with the distance formula. This distance formula is actually the distance between 2 points na na-derive gamit ang teorya na na-discover ni Pythagoras na tinatawag nating Pythagorean theorem. And alam naman siguro natin kung ano yung Pythagorean theorem na na-discover ni Pythagoras. As shown below is a right angle triangle with hypotenuse length C. Yung hypotenuse, ito yung longest side sa right triangle. For your information. Kung right triangle yan, Yung pinakamaabang side ng triangle, yun ang hypotenuse. And the rest are all legs of the right triangle. So ito yan. Yung C, ito yung longest side na tinatawag nating hypotenuse. Okay? Kapag right triangle, ang triangle, pwedeng i-apply ang Pythagorean theorem. Wala nang iba pa dyan. Kapag oblique, hindi applicable ang Pythagorean theorem. Applicable lang ang Pythagorean theorem sa right triangle. Take note of that. Tandaan niyo ang A at B, mga legs lang yan ng right triangle. Ang C, yan ang tinatawag nating hypotenuse. Yung C. Ito yung ating hypotenuse. Okay? Yung dalawa, yung A and B, we call them as the legs of the right triangle. Take note, Pythagorean theorem is only applicable for all right triangle. Hindi pwede sa oblique triangle ang Pythagorean theorem. Now, we have to recall the Pythagoras theorem or the Pythagorean theorem, which can provide the length of the longest side, the hypotenuse of a right triangle. Kunwari daw, given ang value ng dalawang legs, alamin ang value ng longest side na hypotenuse, then we apply the Pythagorean theorem because we have a formula for Pythagorean theorem. And this is the formula for Pythagorean theorem. C is equal to the square root of A square plus B square. Before, ang formula na yan, C square is equal to A square plus B square. But in order for us to determine the value of C, we need to extract the square root of both sides. Extract ko ang square root ng left. Extract ko ang square root sa right hand side. Square root of C square yan eh. Ang index of the root ng square root is automatically 2. Kapag ang index, yan yung binulugan ko, at yung power pareho, pwede na nating alisin yung square root symbol. That is why we have arrived with this formula. Para lang mas klaro, no? Okay, so let's proceed. Then, this is how to determine the distance between any 2 points, x sub 1, y sub 1, point yung x sub 1, y sub 1, no? X sub 2, y sub 2, point din yan. On the Cartesian xy plane. For example, ito yung graph natin. Ito yung x, ito yung y-axis. So, yan yung ating plane. X, that's y plane. Now, ipa-plot ko yung x sub 1, y sub 1. Kunwari, nandito yan. So, ang mga coordinates niya, x sub 1 and y sub 1. And then yung x sub 2, kunwari, nandito yung mga points niya. X sub 2, then y sub 2. Ayun yung mga coordinates natin. Now, yan, yung line natin, no? Magpo-project ako ng line to the right. Project ako ng line downward. Okay? So, definitely, ito, may coordinate yan. Okay? May coordinate yan. Ito, I think, is x sub 1. Kasi x sub 1 eh. Ito naman, y sub 2. Magmi-meet yung mga points nila. Kung yan yung graph ko, no? So, malalaman natin yung value nito. C. Kunwari, yan yung C. Kunwari, ito yung A and then ito yung B. Okay. Burahin ko muna para hindi nakakalito yung mga nakasulat. Total na drawing ko na. Okay. So, let's proceed. Burahin ko muna lahat na nakasulat. Para mas klaro yung diskusyon natin. Hindi nakakalito. So, yan siya. Para mas malinaw na nakikita ninyo yung lahat ng nakasulat. So, ito yung distance na inaanap natin. Distance. This is it. Ano yung layo ng point A sa point B? Ito yung mga coordinates natin. X sub 1 and y sub 2. Yan. Ito yung point C, ito yung point A. Okay? Now, ito ngayon yung side A, ito yung side B. Okay, can you follow? Sundan ba ninyo? Sundan ba ninyo yung figure? Now, let me explain it to you kung bakit napakalaga ng Pythagorean theorem sa distance formula. Kung paano na-derive yung formula natin sa distance between 2 points. Anyway, sa exam, ang gagamitin nyo lang naman is formula. Hindi ko naman ipapaderive sa inyo. Ang importante lang, alam nyo kung paano na-derive yung formula. Yan yung figure natin kanina. Ni-repeat ko lang. Okay, for the continuation of our calculation, from the given point B, ito yung point B, di ba? Ito siya. Of the given right triangle, this is a right triangle because perpendicular yung dalawang legs. It can be seen that the distance between the point A and B is simply x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Between B and A, kukunin lang natin yung difference ng x sub 2 at ng x sub 1. So x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Speaking of these 2 points A and point B. Okay? So tandaan niyo may x sub 2 minus x sub 1 na tayo. And so happen that this is side B. That is side A and this is side C. Ang value ng side B natin ngayon, dahil ang difference between x sub 2 and x sub 1 is x sub 2 minus x sub 1, ang value ng ating side B na leg is equal to x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Gets na? Ang value ng B na distance is x sub 2 minus x sub 1. So let's proceed. Ngayon naman, the distance between the point C and point B, ito yung point C sa taas. Ito naman yung point B. At ito yung mga coordinates nila. Yan, binibilo kong yan. Sa point C, x sub 2 and y sub 2, here they are. Sa point B, x sub 2 and y sub 1, here they are. So, simply y sub 2 minus y sub 1 daw ang difference. So, ito ang value ng A natin is y sub 2 minus y sub 1. Ang value naman ng B natin is x sub 2 minus x sub 1. Tandaan nyo, may value na ang A, may value na rin ang ating distance B. For the continuation, yan, nakasulat na. Distance from x sub 1 to y, x sub 1, y sub 1 to x sub 2, y sub 2. Using Pythagorean theorem, the formula for the distance D can be developed. Pwede na nating ma-determine ang value nito. Makakapag-develop tayo ng formula para kay D. Eh, hindi ba? Ito yun. C equal A square plus B square. Eh, yung C natin, kung dodrawing ko uli yung right triangle, ito yung C, ito yung A, ito yung B. Eh, ang C natin is also D. That's why I'll change C to D. Equal square root. Ano ba ang value ng A? Ito yung A. So, y sub 2 minus y sub 1. Kaso, naka-square ito. Square ko rin ang value ng A dito. Plus, ang value ng B,